Hello and welcome to tonight's SBC News. 16 families received the keys of their new house during a ceremony this afternoon. This is the fourth phase of the redevelopment of the Cor Gat Estate project in the Montfleury district. 8 families received 2-bedroom units and 8 others 3-bedroom units. This Phase 4 project started in 2022 and has cost the government over 19 million rupees. Those who receive their keys are people who have continuously contributed towards their home savings scheme. In his address to the tenants, the Minister for Land and Housing, Billy Regassamy, called on people to continue with their contributions towards their home saving scheme.
It has cost us over about 19 million rupees, but it includes the building itself, the terrain needed retaining walls. We've incorporated some features where we're standing now, where we've put a little playground for the children of the community, plus a mini basketball court that we hope the youth can benefit from. We've also incorporated solar light system, and we have in place as well various firefighting system. So we're making it a community with nice feature boundary walls to really boost up the atmosphere and make it very pleasant to live. But the next phase of the project now is phase 5, where we anticipate to execute 32 housing units, 4 blocks of 8 units per block. But the main encouragement I want to give to the people waiting, because obviously we have to go in phases, is to be patient, to continue to pay their housing savings scheme, to take their responsibility, and with the grace of God, very soon their chance will come. And those that have benefited today, please continue to live in a community in harmony, in peace and love, and show that spirit of community, bon voisinage, as we say in Creole, so that they can live in harmony.
Doctors on board the Chinese Navy's floating hospital, Ark Peace, moored at Ile du Port, have attended to a total of 4,370 people between Saturday and yesterday. They attended to 1,118 patients yesterday. The ship leaves the country tomorrow and will continue its mission in other countries. It will visit 13 countries, mainly in Africa, where it will provide medical services to residents. The Ark Peace mission, which began mid-June, will continue until January next year. The mission is designed to promote peace and harmony. All constitutional appointees should benefit from a 10% increase in salary as soon as the National Assembly approves the decision of the Council of Ministers, which has already given its approval to the proposal during its business meeting this week. Constitutional appointees include cabinet ministers, judges, the Attorney General, the Auditor General, and members of the National Assembly, amongst others.
This is in line with government's decision last year that all public service workers should receive a 10% salary increase. And in fairness, since this decision was to touch all those who are paid from the consolidated fund, which includes constitutional appointees who were not given an increase, it was felt that this would be a measure that would bring fairness in all workers effectively were paid by the consolidated fund. It would also correct an anomaly that has existed over the period since 2013 up to now, where increases have been given to public service salary workers, but not to constitutional appointees, and therefore creating a distortion within the levels that are paid and within the hierarchy that exists within the different organizations. Constitutional appointees covers members of the cabinet, it covers the judiciary, members of the National Assembly, the leaders, it covers ambassadors, Attorney General, Auditor General, and all those listed in the Constitution, in the schedule to the Constitution. So the amendment will hopefully go through as soon as possible to the National Assembly, whereby the dates will then be fixed, and hopefully this will bring more fairness in the way people remunerated by the government.
Another main amendment that Cabinet has approved this week is to the pension fund. This has to do with the review of the fund's regulations to introduce a pensionable age at 65 years and allow members to receive their pension even if they continue to work.
The proposal is that people should be able to work beyond the retirement age of 65 and still draw a pension and would stop contributing towards the pension fund. The benefit of this is that we would allow people today to earn a little bit more, but without necessarily having to put a burden on the pension fund, which has already budgeted for their retirement. So they would pay them, but they would be still, if they so desire, it's voluntary, that they contribute economically to the country. So this amendment would allow that to happen, and we feel that it is necessary, especially with the size of our workforce and the need for us to use everyone as actively as possible.
The two segments within the population that need in-depth attention from the authorities are the workforce and aging population. The Director General for Research and Policy Planning in the Family Department, Jean Larue, said both groups are growing and in parallel their needs and expectations. Mrs. Larue said that addressing the issues were important for the continued development of the economy. She was speaking at a demography workshop organized to get partners to make recommendations on the status of the population and how to improve on policy development. This, in the end, to offer better programs and services to the different groups in society.
There should be more emphasis on the working population, because if we are having a large group of a working population, how are we going to better to ensure that we better understand this group of our population and how they are going to assist the country to develop our economy? So there is an understanding, and also there is a need for us to better understand our aging population. What are the services that we need to ensure to put in place to ensure that they have a good lifestyle after when they are aging, and what services other partners need to put in place to ensure that we cater for this group.
The High Commissioner of Canada to Seychelles, Kyle Nunes, paid a farewell call on President Wavell Ramkalawan at State House this morning. He was greeted by both the President and the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radegon. As this is the end of his mandate as Canadian High Commissioner, he and the President discussed on the achievements that he has accomplished whilst in office, as well as the shared values between Canada and Seychelles.
We talked about the bilateral relationship. Canada and Seychelles work together very effectively in a number of international institutions, like we share membership in Francophonie, in the Commonwealth, United Nations. We talked about the importance of maritime security, the fight against climate change. We talked about the fact that we have a very important diaspora connection. Canada's Seychelles, we are the third largest diaspora for Seychelles diaspora in the world. You know, I think on the fight, I think both countries share a very realistic and view of the impact of climate change, and we're together in seeking solutions there. I guess one area that we worked on together is Canada was a member of Cutlass Express, which we've had a.
Those were our main stories so far on this Thursday evening. Join us again at 8 for the news in the Creole. Have a very pleasant evening.